Dr. Shama Mohammed joins me on the show of the Congress Party. Shama Mohammed, Dr. Shama Mohammed represents the Congress. RP Singh represents the BJP. I have Amitabh Tiwari, founder of the Vote Vibe, joining us. Neerja Chaudhary is a very well-respected senior journalist and columnist joining us. Dr. Mohammed, is it a case of the pot calling the kettle black in terms of either vote chori or subversion of institutions? Nishikant Dubey has listed out former CECs either appointed directly by the Congress Party or former CECs immediately after their tenure joining the Congress Party. MS Gill, TN Sheshan. So how is it subversion of system only now, madam?
Okay, Gaurav, I'm going to start. Please don't interrupt. Let's understand how this party came up. Bharatiya Janata Party in 2014, party with a difference, let's not forget it. Now, for years, the president appoints the Central Election Commission with the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers saying it. And that's been the way, and whoever wanted to oppose it, they could have done it. Right. Now, the question here is, why we are picking this up? Because the way the Election Commission behaves. Now, during the Bihar elections, I remember Giriraj Singh calling Muslims terrorists. Now, he violated the Model Code of Conduct, no action. During the Jharkhand election, there was a video in which I remember that the Muslims are coming into the house of Hindus, throwing them out. There is Hemant Soren's photo and the Congress and saying that, these Guspetias are coming. No action on them. There are videos the day before Mr. Modi is sitting in prayers, and it's all on TV, no action on it. So the question today is that, and let's not forget the 10,000 rupees being given when the Model Code of, I can understand before the Model Code of Conduct. When the Model Code of Conduct is on, it's been violated. No, nothing said by the Election Commission. There have been various, hate speeches, violation of the Model Code of Conduct, and the Election Commission doesn't take action on the Bharatiya Janata Party. But if the opposition violates, there is action, number one.
Okay.
Then let's just listen to me. Number two is that there was a Chief Justice, right? In that, why did you remove him? Bring in an ordinance, change the laws? There was no need. Let it be. Let the Election Commission.
No, but was the Chief Justice always there as part of the system?
No,
that's the point. But let me bring in RP Singh. Let me bring in RP Singh because let's keep this conversational, Dr. Shama Mohammed. RP Singh, Rahul Gandhi asks what's wrong, and that is what Dr. Shama Mohammed also asked. What's wrong with the CJI being part of the panel to appoint the CEC? That would ensure it's not only an impartial panel, it is also seen as an impartial panel. Now, the Congress says, or the opposition says, it's loaded against the opposition 2:1.
Gaurav, I didn't finish my point, but please come back.
Yes, ma'am, but we have to keep it conversational and I will come back to you. And we're just taking one point at a time. You've raised a point, I'm getting a response to that.
Thank you.
But Gaurav, before this, what was the status? A phone call from Sonia Gandhi to Manmohan Singh appointed Naveen Chawla. Who Naveen Chawla? Who was accused by the Chief Election Commissioner himself. That man is conspiring against the Election Commission. He goes to the toilet and then makes a phone call to know we don't know who to whom, and everything is being transparent in the Election Commission. And he was very the commissioner by no less than Sonia Gandhi herself, handpicked by Sonia Gandhi. Also,
sir, give me a moment. I think we'll have to reestablish our audio link with you. We seem to be having an issue with your audio link. Neerja Chaudhary, your assessment of the charges leveled by Rahul Gandhi and given Nishikant Dubey's response, is this a case of pot calling the kettle black? Nishikant Dubey, he led a counterattack listing out all the CECs who were appointed directly by the Congress Party.
Look, what Rahul Gandhi said has expressed the concern of the opposition, in terms of certainly the way the election commissioners are appointed, which you just mentioned, the use of government agencies to influence election. He made several, the conduct of SIR itself, and as not just Rahul Gandhi, even Manish Tiwari and some of the other, Sanjay Singh of Aam Aadmi Party, made very interesting points about what concerns them And you know, Gaurav, what I liked about today was a vibrant debate in Parliament on the
Yes.
issue. Instead of the house getting washed out, which seemed to be the fear of a lot of people, there'll be a lot of halla-gulla and everything washed out in the din, as sometimes happens. But the opposition and the government came to an understanding, which I think is a plus point this time, that we will have Vande Mataram first, and then we will have on SIR and electoral, under electoral reforms, SIR also. So, and both sides have made, of course, Nishikant Dubey has made the point where what used to happen in the Congress regime. Yes, that's also a fact. Not just that, in earlier years, entire, communities were not allowed to vote. I remember this in Western UP, the Dalits were not allowed to vote, and other martial communities, aggressive communities, would not even allow them to go to the voting booth. So we've moved a long way. We have a long way to go in putting institutional safeguards in place, which some of the opposition leaders, including Rahul Gandhi, talked about when he said how are the CJI not being part of this process of how election commissioners are appointed, or election commissioners being given immunity against action. There are several points that have been made which are very, very useful. But the point is, will this have traction after today?
Okay.
Will there be a follow-up? Will there be some kind of a committee set up by both sides? Okay, let's look at these 5 very important points that were raised during the debate today. And what is the follow-up action that can be taken? Now, there is a lot of cynicism, Gaurav, on committees having been formed. There are at least 24 committees on election reforms that we have all gone through and seen over the years. But still, I think that given the preciousness of India's democracy, and certainly vote at the heart of it, with something that needs to be pursued and pursued again and again.
Oh, absolutely. And Amitabh Tiwari, Rahul Gandhi is saying election commission is captured. Congress ruled this country for 55 years. The BJP has given names of several election commissioners during the Congress era, some who were considered close to the Gandhi family or the Congress party. Now, your take on the debate in Parliament today. Was Rahul Gandhi able to send across that message that the system is being subverted, or is the message that the system was always in a certain way and there are systems of checks and balances in place?
No, essentially, if you see, Rahul Gandhi, I would say, reiterated most of the points which he has made outside of Parliament, including vote Chori allegations made during 2 press conferences which he has held. The question is that there has been an improvement in the appointment of the way the election commissioner is appointed, because clearly now you have a committee. The question is largely on why CJI was removed by an ordinance, let's say, correct? So it could be a case of, or the government could argue that it could be a fit case of interference of judiciary in the executive powers of the legislature. Perhaps, I think that's the reason. Second is that the allegations made are serious. When we at Vote Vibe, we had questioned people, I think somewhere in July, August, when the first press conference was held, people did agree to the fact that allegations are serious and require an investigation.
Okay.
But to jump to the conclusion that the elections are getting rigged, I think when we asked people this question, majority of the people said no. So while allegations are serious, to jump to the conclusion that the elections are getting rigged, that's what people are not agreeing to or rejecting at this point of time. That is very clear in the minds of the people. So it is
That's a pertinent point you raise, sir. That's a pertinent point you raise, and let me get Dr. Shama Mohammed to respond to this. Dr. Mohammed, Rahul Gandhi raised the issue, for example, of the Brazilian lady. This Brazilian woman found 22 times on that Haryana list. But is it just kept at a level of allegations, or will it be pursued in courts of law? Will there be petitions in courts of law citing evidence that this is where the inaccuracy is, this is what it led to, this is where action needs to be taken?
Yeah, before I come to that, I want to correct Amitabh Tiwari. He said now there is a committee. Committee of what? The Prime Minister and a Cabinet Minister against the Leader of Opposition. So we know whose guy is going to be the election commission. The committee doesn't make any difference. Now, if you had the prime minister and and a cabinet minister, leader of opposition, another person, maybe another opposition from the Rajya Sabha, I still agree on it. But otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. Now,
But that wasn't the case earlier either. So are you saying earlier it was acceptable, now it's not acceptable?
What I'm trying to say earlier, did I show you the violation of model code of conduct? How many times? How is the response of the election commission? Now you said we have to go to
Now,
court.
when election commissioners join a political party, what more evidence of their influence can be found?
Why are judges joining political parties? I want to
Sure.
know why the former Chief Justice of India has joined the political party. Give me the answer to that. That's also dangerous.
So, I am raising
I'm completely
questions.
against
It's for
Ranjan
you to
Gogoi
answer.
Joining a political party. I'm completely against Ranjan Gogoi joining a political party, or for that matter, any of these Chief Justices. Now, let me get to that point. The Brazilian, why should we go to court? There is an election commission, there is Ganesh Kumar. Why is that when we are requesting him, he doesn't come out and say, listen, we have investigated, yes, there are discrepancies, these photos will be deleted, we will give it. That's what you need to do. Even in Bihar, 1.2 lakhs of dual photographs or multiple photographs. So why don't you come and clean it up? That's what we're saying. For example, after 45 days, you delete videos. I fail to understand why, because data can be stored like anything these days. America is storing, China is storing. So why should we delete after 45 days?
In fact, I've unfortunately lost that link to former CEC. That was a question I had for him.
Finish?
But hopefully we will establish that link.
Machine readable list, electoral list, give it to us 1 month before. I mean, we are requesting the election commission. Let the election commission be fair and square and do these things. We don't want to have a fight or anything. Let him do it. Why should we go to court? Now, SIR. I think something like SIR should have been debated in parliament and got a consensus and say, let us do an SIR. You can't do an SC. You're pushing the BLOs, multiple suicides. Now, suppose Madhya Pradesh, why do you want it right now? Everything has to be done in 1 month's time. The election is not next year. So give them the time. These BLOs are not taking out school teachers. We are saying we all want a cleanup of the voter list. We are not denying that. We don't want any Guspetias to be voting in our country. I am firmly against it. I'm telling you that. But let us do it in a fair and square manner. And not the way like
RP Singh, both Dr. Shama Mohammed and Neerja Chaudhary are of the opinion that this debate should have a consensus, whether certain points opposition and government can both agree to move forward for more election reforms. Nishikant Dubey says SIR, for example, is for removing Bangladeshis. The question that the opposition asked, why were they allowed to come in? And how many have been removed in the Bihar SIR?
Yeah.
Also, does the EC have a response? Why is this evidence kept only for 45 days and not beyond? The CCTV cameras.
They have moved to the Supreme Court on this ground, and Supreme Court has rejected their plea that yes, it has to be for 45 days. One. Secondly, 68 lakh voters were deleted from Bihar. They couldn't gather even 68 at Gandhi Maidan. 21 lakhs were added to the Bihar voter list. Well, what's the problem with that? I mean, there's a process. And if there was anything which was wrong, then do you think people of Bihar would have stayed calm? They would have come on street. I mean, every person from Bihar is intelligent enough to take up the cause. But fact is, they tried to build up a narrative. Because they knew they were going to lose the election badly, they tried to build up a narrative which they failed miserably. They couldn't gather a single person. Now coming to the...
No, but you don't agree the points that Rahul Gandhi has raised. What is wrong if Chief Justice of India is a part of that committee, as was the interim measure that was put in place? So you have the Prime Minister, you have Leader of Opposition, and you have the CJI to appoint the CEC. Does that not show transparency, sir?
It means that Leader of Opposition has no estimates. I mean, he doesn't know how to conduct himself. Well, Leader of Opposition means that he will have his point of view. He can.
What are you saying?
Ma'am, I never interrupted. Please, ma'am, please. And also that what used to happen before this? As I told you, Naveen Chawla was appointed on a phone call by Sonia Gandhi, a person who was accused of conspiring against the Election Commission itself. He used to pass on information to Sonia Gandhi from Election Commission, and then it was sent by as a written note by the then Election Commissioner. So what is the history? I mean, MS Gill, TN Session, And she was
So,
talking about
Gaurav,
Ranjan
can I
Gogoi.
come in?
Where has Ranjan Gogoi joined BJP? Ma'am, please correct your facts. When has Ranjan Gogoi joined BJP? Please. I mean, just don't. I mean, why have to keep spreading falsehood? कितना झूठ बोलेंगे आप लोग?
Okay, I want to
Okay.
quickly bring in Neerja Chaudhary issue. You've heard both sides, Neerja Chaudhary. Even the Supreme Court had rejected 100% VVPAT counting and a return to ballot paper, as some in the opposition
But
wanted.
not the 45 days.
Rahul Gandhi today made several suggestions, including removal of immunity for former CECs and reintroduction of the CGI in the appointment panel. Is that
Well, it
doable,
was
or is that
before.
counterproductive?
It's not that BJP has introduced this. The immunity was always there for the election commissioners.
You know,
Neerja Chaudhary, go on, ma'am.
You know, Gaurav, there is he's made a suggestion, there are counter suggestions, there are allegations which have substance, there are counter allegations about an earlier time which have also got substance, there's no doubt about that. But where does it leave you and me, the voter, as a result?
Exactly.
After today, we've heard all this. Are we going to leave it there? Where is it going to? Is my vote and my right to vote be secure? Am I going to be part of a fair and free election which I am guaranteed of, and of which I am proud? And you know, the trouble is, with some of the speakers pointed out today, the trouble is the trust deficit today. You know,
Trust
that
deficit
gone.
is only on
And
TV
somewhere
debate,
I think we need
not
to
in public,
pick up
man.
the thread
Okay,
there.
Neerja is
No
not
one
in
by
public
one,
at all.
one by one.
The situation
Sir,
is.
just
Not
let
in public at all.
just
But
let
just
Neerja
in
Chaudhary
TV
complete
debate.
a point. I'm coming back
Just
to
in the
you.
minds of opposition and journalists like you. Not in
Hold on.
public.
No, sir, you will not make any point about any guest of mine. And Neerja Chaudhary is a very well respected journalist and analyst. Ma'am,
I personally know her, sir. I worked with her.
Gaurav, I
Yes.
didn't get that.
No. So he just felt that there was a doubt
No, so
in
what is
your
the
mind
point
and not the
RP
minds
is
of the
making? I
people.
didn't get that.
Yes, no, go on, Neerja Chaudhary.
Could
Please
be,
complete your
could
point,
be.
ma'am.
There are, you know, I have met, you see, yeah, you know, the vote Chori has not become an election issue. It did not become an election issue in Bihar. We saw that very clearly. But that does not mean that one did not come across many people in the rural areas of, say, Maharashtra, or many also in Bihar, and if you ask them vote chori, वो अपने आप नहीं बात कर रहे थे. But if you say what about vote chori, हाँ, we have a doubt about this. It wasn't the central issue, it wasn't the issue they wanted to run with, but there is a doubt in their mind somewhere if you speak about it. And even a little doubt, RP, is not worthy of our democracy. I'm saying we have such talented people in our parliament today, on both sides. If there is the will, why can't we take this process forward that has been started today again? Electoral reforms. And how do we ensure that voter lists are authentic? How do we ensure people, the voters are allowed to vote, and that the election is free and fair? This is the least we can, assure. Any government can assure, and it's the right of the opposition to raise questions. Oh, this is the short point I'm making. What's going to be the follow-up action after tonight?
Okay, and Amitabh Tiwari, but there's a bigger concern that the opposition has. RP Singh, I'm just coming back to you and to Dr. Mohammed. Amitabh Tiwari, there's a wider point. The opposition's worry is the government is moving according to a plan, delimitation, one nation, one election, special intensive revision of the electoral roll, and when you join the dots and carry out the three simultaneously or permanently, will it tilt the scales on the electoral map and you do so much number crunching in favor of the ruling party and alliance?
No, see, if we talk about delimitation, I think the existing delimitation or the arrangement is in place till 2026.
Yes.
There is a need for the parliament to debate on the fact whether we need to have the same constituencies by 1971 population, or we need to take into account the newer population and decide on constituencies accordingly. So it's something which will be coming up next year. It's not designed by the incumbent government in a way as such. Second is that when 8% of the voters in a state have either died or have moved permanently or shifted out, it's a significant number, and it means that we need cleaning of the electoral rolls,
Electoral
which
roll.
the opposition is agreeing to. Even the Supreme Court has said that the ECI is well within the rights to have a SIR. See, why should opposition actually demand for a nationwide SIR? Because it will lead to tallying of the numbers. If you say 26 lakh people in Bihar have permanently shifted to other states, then some other state number should increase. Correct? So
Correct.
only when we have a pan India number, we will be able to actually tally this and see that these things are in line with what the election commission is saying. And the third is the one nation, one election. Now, the one nation, one election, even if you go by the draft, cannot happen before 2034. 2034 is the first year when the one nation, one election can happen. And I somehow have this feeling is that the one nation, one election actually favors regional parties, smaller regional parties. They can end up getting more Lok Sabha seats than what they should actually get because of this one nation, one election. Correct. So there is no research which points out that the incumbent government is favored in a one nation, one election. See, the problem is that when you start ascribing your losses to vote chori, control of the constitutions, rather than rather than making your own internal uh, 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 studies as to what went wrong. This is where the problem, I think, is getting for the opposition. Correct.
That's a
Vote
very
chori,
pertinent point
control
you
of the
raised, sir, and that is where Dr. Shama Mohammed, is it just laziness, if I may, to blame vote chori for losses and not look within that others can see through? As Amitabh Tiwari points out, as several commentators have pointed out, vote chori was a major issue for the Congress. The Yatra was a major issue in Bihar, for example. But did it become an electoral issue? Did your alliance partners agree with it? Or did they blame, even if
Gaurav,
privately, the Congress for this?
Gaurav, you are an anchor, you've been for a long time. You also do these after exit polls. Exit polls of Chhattisgarh, Congress is winning. Exit polls, Maharashtra, a bit tight, but yes, the Congress team is winning. Exit poll, Haryana, Congress is winning. Now, how is it?
Exit poll,
I
Lok
mean,
Sabha.
even, let me finish. I did not
Exit
interrupt
poll,
you.
Lok Sabha.
Okay. Okay.
Let me
Okay.
finish. Why are you interrupting me?
Mr.
now?
R.P. Singh, I'm
Let
coming
me
to you
just
immediately
finish.
after Dr. Mohammed completes a point.
So what we are seeing is definitely there is a problem here. And nobody said, like Amitabh says, it's not that we are against SIR. It's the method done. In Bihar, 3 months. And you're saying that there are no, nobody's votes have been deleted. Of course, minority vote, women vote have all been deleted. We know that
Wouldn't
for
they
sure.
have come out in
So
complaints, ma'am?
Come
we
on,
have,
If their vote
we
how
had
can
been,
you allow them
we
on the
traveled,
TV channel?
we had multiple
We have-
teams traveling across
No, no.
Bihar.
Listen to me. Let me speak, Gaurav. So what we are saying is the method it is being done and how it is being done is wrong. See, why would we, when we have asked, Mr. Gandhi has done a press conference, he has shown evidence. Why hasn't the election commission ever replied to it? The issue in Maharashtra, the issue in Karnataka, come out and reply to us that they also said the SIT over there has complained has done a probe, went to the election commission. The election commission knew about it, no response. Our problem is this is a democracy. We are putting
Okay.
in complaints. You respond to us. We're not putting a gun on your head. It is our
Sure.
right to complain to the election commission. And the election commission should reply. The problem for us is he does not reply Ganesh Kumar. He's arrogant. He calls Rahul Gandhi names. I have never seen. He keeps saying about Naveen Chawla. Naveen Chawla has never disrespected the Bharatiya Janata Party, the opposition. If you had a problem with Naveen Chawla, you should have protested it there. Every time you go to Apatkal, emergency, all the things in the history, then what are you doing? What is the difference between, what is the party with a difference?
Respond, R.P. Singh. Respond, because when Rahul Gandhi and Manish Tiwari in parliament, they say that this is leading to widespread voter disenfranchisement, the SIR, and particularly amongst the marginalized. Dr. Shama Mohammed also spoke of women or minorities, losing their vote. They said this is the vote chori. What is it that needs to be done to assure every voter, as Neerja Chaudhary puts it, that their vote is safe if they're truly voters from our country?
Well, Gaurav, first let me answer what the Election Commission said about the claims of the Congress Party. I mean, it's on their social media handles also. It has said it's fake. Whatever Congress is claiming is
Yeah.
fake. And now, if they have anything else to
Hey,
say,
they've
they
never
can move against the
responded.
Election Commission to the court. They can move against Election Commission to the court, how
But we
accusing
don't
Rahul
want to
Gandhi as
court. We
person
don't
who's
want to go
spreading
to
fake
court.
news.
तो कोर्ट ही सुप्रीम कोर्ट बनेगा सरकार. आप हटो ना, सुप्रीम कोर्ट तो सरकार बनाई है. आप घर पे बैठो, सो जाइए. सुप्रीम कोर्ट सब कुछ करेंगे.
Ma'am, let him
चुनाव आप
complete
लोग
his
होंगे.
point. Ma'am,
सुप्रीम कोर्ट
you
और
objected to
हमारे
him
सब कुछ
intervening.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट न्यायपालिका
Okay,
करेगा. आप
just
बैठे
let
बैठो.
Mr. RP Singh complete his point.
और मुंह पर
What is this
तमाचा
nonsense?
महाराष्ट्र के मामले में when you were given a big slap on your face by the Supreme Court as far as SIR is concerned or as far vote Chori is concerned. Maharashtra, you went to the court and court said, move out of this place, don't waste our time. And also, let's be very clear, what are you talking about? Muslim vote, Mahila vote, what are you talking about? And I'm shocked at Neerja Chaudhary, she's such a seasoned person, she's saying, no, there is some sort of mistrust. I mean, mistrust where? A single, I mean, do you think Biharis or people from Bihar
Sir, since
would
you
have taken that?
specifically raised a point about Neerja Chaudhary, though I've run out of time, I want Ms. Chaudhary to respond. My request is stay on the issue. Ms. Chaudhary, you want to respond? RP Singh says, where is proof that people are uncomfortable? If people were uncomfortable, they would have come forward with evidence. We are voters, our vote has been removed.
RP, very simple, which I said earlier also, it wasn't a poll issue at all in Bihar. People didn't, when you talk to them, they were not talking about this, vote Chori as being the issue.
Oh, why would they
uppermost in their
talk?
minds.
But
When you
do you
raised
think
it,
Bihar
and this
people in
happened-
Bihar
RP Singh, just let her complete her point, sir.
They do express it. They do.
Show me a single video, I give you a challenge. Show me
Only
a
Neerja Chaudhary,
single
please.
of any person who said he had
सुनो
been
ना,
disfranchised from the
सुन तो
Bihar
लो.
voter list.
Hello, सुन तो लो. RP, सुन लो. It is you have a point when you say, why have they not gone to court? Why haven't the opposition parties enabled people, even if they are poor and marginalized and don't have the wherewithal, to go to court? Why have they not helped them do it? Very valid point. That's where somebody used the word lazy or not interested, just, scoot and shoot. What's up here? Absolutely. If there are, you take 10 names and you say, I was stuffed out of the list and go to court. It will, you remember Raj Narayan, he took on Indira Gandhi. So after 71 election, and she was found guilty of malpractices.
So, let the Supreme Court run the nation.
Something specific has to be done, I agree. But that does not mean that people don't have doubt. I'm not saying everybody.
Okay.
Doesn't mean that
I've
you
run out
don't
of time
hear these
on this
voices.
part of the
I
debate, and there
heard
are
these
two
voices
big stories on the
myself.
other side.
People,
I have
who
to take a
doubt.
break. I want to
कुछ
thank
हो रहा
all
है
my
क्या?
guests.